Yo, what up? This is Mike Brown,
This is Alpha.
and this is The Art of Letting Go.
Letting go, letting go.
So today we got a regular guest in the building. I don't want to say
Yes, sir.
special because you've been here, what,
Right.
like 3-4 times?
Yeah,
Something like that. We got Crenshaw in the building.
What up? Take it easy, calm down. Don't want to get a big head. What's going on?
What's going on with you, man? How you been?
Been good. Getting ready for this move and trying to get everything situated, get rid of a bunch of stuff, and
Okay.
yeah.
Where you moving to?
So moving to New York, big jump across the pond there, but across the land of it. Yeah, on the other side of the water. So.
Side of the rainbow.
How does that
Yeah.
feel?
It's so definitely exciting just to get a new start and be in a new area, new city and all that, but definitely a little nerve-wracking. I feel like New York has a allure about it of a tough town to adjust to and all that, so it's kind of got that in the back of my mind. But I also think like it's just a lot of people go there and live, so it can't be that bad,
Right.
So,
You know what part of New York you gonna be living in, or?
Nah, not yet. So I'm staying in Brooklyn for a little bit while I look for a place, and I'm gonna probably try to look for a spot in Brooklyn because every time I've only been like twice, but Brooklyn always has a cool little feel and seems like a good my type of vibe and all that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Brooklyn is cool. It's I went to my brother's graduation. He stayed at he went to St. John's.
Oh, okay.
And so I stayed with my boy JT. Shout out JT, also a Xavierite. But I stayed with him in Brooklyn and just walking around and kind of seeing the city. He explained a lot of it is a lot different because it's been gentrified.
Right.
But it seemed cool though. Like a lot of people don't really speak in New York.
Funny.
But I did have random people kind of walk up to me and be like, "Hey, I know you," and I'm like, "Nah."
Funny. Yeah,
You don't know.
freaked
me,
me
bro.
out.
Yeah, man. So
Like somebody trying to rob me or something.
yeah, for real. But New York is cool, man. I like the city. It has it made me come back here with a whole different like vibe because everybody's really on some like work.
Right.
Like it's really about accomplishing things in New York in the way that even the street panhandlers and different things are doing stuff is just like they really about that out here. You know what I'm saying?
So that's another thing. I don't know. I feel like maybe coming from here, just my disposition in general. I'm just kind of a laid back person, so I don't want to say worried about it, but interesting to see how that will mesh with the city and all that.
Yeah. Okay, that's what's up, man.
What's the community aspect like out there, though? And I say that because I know in L.A., for me, L.A. is the only city I've ever lived in that's felt very like individual in the sense of moving around.
I don't know. So I feel like the last time I went out there, I was just kind of walking around, and I noticed that difference as opposed to LA. Like people just be outside to be outside. Like you just just out there chilling. Where like in LA, I feel like LA, if you outside, you're outside to go somewhere. Like you're leaving your house to go somewhere, or you're on the move. You're not just like people just out chilling in parks and stuff like that there. So that's I don't know. It might be a little bit more, community-like or sense of community than LA, because LA is very individualistic, and everybody kind of wants to stand out and do their own thing. Mm-hmm. So that is interesting conundrum, I guess, of the two cities.
Yeah, it's interesting that when you were talking about that, it reminded me of being a kid and just getting up to go outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, like just going outside to play. Like, what you about to do? I'm just going outside. Like, I don't know what I'm about
just
to do.
to see what's going to happen out there. And
so that might be cool, man. That might be a cool, interesting. Like, is there anything in particular that you want to see or are looking forward to? Or
so I'm definitely want to do the comedy thing out there, and interested to see how that'll go. How I feel like that's I don't know if my style of comedy or whatever will mesh well, or how I will grow as a comic being out there. So that'll be interesting to see, and just kind of seeing how they just kind of getting enmeshed in that community. And, seeing what that'll be like. So
okay,
yeah.
I think it's going to inspire you in a different way, though, and I say that because for me, I started doing music in New Orleans, and then I moved to Houston, and my shit felt different. Then I moved out here, and my shit felt different. So it's like your comedy is gonna move with you in the phases that you moving into.
Right. You ever feel like it was a, I don't know, like an adjustment period of like changing anything, or was it just kind of a natural change?
No, I think it just came natural because I never really was in my mind thinking like, okay, I'm in LA, I gotta make shit that sound LA. It was just like, this is what I feel.
Yeah.
And it just kind of came out that way. I think about even now just talking about it, the shit that I did when I first moved here to what I do now.
Yeah.
Like it feels like my energy. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like wherever you at, your shit is gonna match that shit too.
Yeah. I guess the thing, because I'm still new at it, so it is a maybe like an intimidation thing, like, oh man, those are New York comics out there and they're like way better or something like that. And that just may be so I kind of feel like that here too. Like, I try to go up somewhere, it's like, I'm still very, very new at this. So just that whole adjustment thing.
And this move is probably gonna be the best thing for you, because shit, you putting yourself in the most uncomfortable situation, so you might as well go all the way uncomfortable with it. You know?
Yeah, that's true, definitely.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that you taking that leap of faith and that step out to pursue that. I remember talking about doing that years ago, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all sat down and kind of had that. We were all just talking about stuff, me, you, James, Mike, and I remember you mentioning something about doing comedy, and I tried to come to a show before.
Oh, right.
Sold out.
Yeah, not because I was there.
I mean, you could have took credit, though. You could have took the credit. But nah, so I definitely would love to see it at some point, man. I'm glad that you're taking that step, to pursue what it is that you're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really dope to see, and it's just motivating,
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
And it's like all this shit is a restart, man. Like it's just like restarting, just like when you went to college. Like,
yeah, and that was definitely an adjustment, and I had never been to New Orleans at that point, so it's I don't know, I've moved around a lot, so I'm cool with getting new places, but I don't know, I feel like New York still just has a big thing about it, so, but I don't know, it'll work out, I feel.
Do you like change? Like, are you a fan of change, or are you kind of more like, okay?
So I would say in the past I feel like as I've gotten older, I may have gotten a little bit more sedentary, and I don't know if I like that or not, so that may be a part of it too, just kind of trying to shake myself out of it, because I do feel a little bit, I want to say, like in a rut in LA, but definitely you're you get comfortable with stuff, you go to the restaurants you like, you go to the stuff you like, and I don't know, I feel like I'll be like, yesterday there was a big thing in so I say in Inglewood, there was a big like King Day thing, and I didn't go to it, but just looking on it was like she was right down the street, and I didn't get up to go check it out.
Right.
So just kind of get in your thing of, I'm in my apartment chilling today, and I'm not gonna go step out and explore new things. So I think there is an aspect of just putting myself in a like a different situation to kind of re-spark that. I feel like that was something that I was proud of earlier in my life about myself, just wanting to be in new situations a lot. So yeah, that's definitely a big part of it.
That's cool, man. I know that I can be a little reluctant when it comes to change sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's cool to hear. I'm a lot more comfortable with it now. Like, I think when I was a kid, I moved around so much, like moving back to New Orleans, to LA, to New Orleans, and I think I didn't like it because I was always meeting new people and having to change schools, and I couldn't really keep no friends. But I have noticed that I have become a lot more mundane here in LA, just kind of doing what I do, and coming home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely trying to get out a little bit more, even here. And I ain't going nowhere. Your wifey ain't having that, so I already tried. So we gonna be in LA or Long Beach.
Yeah.
That's dope though.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that kind of it's like I moved around not a lot growing up, but I lived in a couple of different places. But I feel like that kind of effect. I have a brother. I don't know if that. It seems like he became like that. It's kind of just moving around as a kid made him want to stay in one place as he got older. Yeah. I feel like for me it was a little bit different moving around as a kid. Just was like, well, that's just what you do in a sense. So I do feel like every 5 or 7 years or so I kind of get a feeling like, oh man, I got to be somewhere different, or I got to get up and move somewhere. So I've been here in LA maybe about 8-9 years now, so a little overdue for a new area.
About that time.
Yeah,
I respect that.
I definitely feel that, because for me it's the same thing too. I think like my family probably moved around like every 6-7 years, and I mean shit, after high school I lived in New Orleans for 6 years. I've been out here 8 years, and I start getting antsy, like what's next?
Yeah.
Is there anything you so it's a transition, right?
Yeah.
So is there anything that you would like to leave behind here, that anything, like not even like the material things, but like something like a behavior that you have, or what I'm saying, a habit that you want to stop doing or something like that? Like,
so I've definitely become much more of kind of a loner here. Spend a lot of time by myself, so I definitely want to shake that off a little bit and leave that behind. And that kind of just goes back to the kind of being set in your ways and your mindset and stuff. So I do want to change that up a little bit and kind of break out of your shell, so to speak.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know, there's something that I've noticed that has gotten a little bit more I don't say intense is the word, but intense for lack of a better term. As I've gotten older, just kind of setting your ways and doing stuff. It's like, I go to the movies by myself. Like, I'm not necessarily gonna ask people, because I just want to go when I want to go. This is my thing, and so definitely want to try to reach out to more people, try to connect with people, and maintain relationships better.
I was gonna ask you, what was your plan on, like, how you planned on doing that?
I don't know. I don't know. I probably should come up with a plan for it, but right now it's just kind of being aware of it and kind of just being conscious, like, okay, you've been chilling for a day, reach out with somebody, or at least go do something.
I feel like you've been like that forever though, because I remember I used to take offense to that shit. I remember I told James, I was like, man, this nigga Crenshaw don't hit me up, and he was like, man, this nigga don't hit nobody up.
Yeah. It was funny. I remember I was talking to my ex, and we were talking about how we were gonna still remain friends and all that, and she was like, "Oh, you don't hit me up or talk to me no more." I was like, yeah, that's how I treat all my friends. Though. Like, that's how
I know you're a real friend.
Right.
Right.
You wanted me like, this is what it will be like as a friend. So yeah, I know. So I definitely want to try to work on that a little bit, and I will put it out there now for y'all too. It might take a little bit of y'all reaching out, but I'll try to.
That's real, yeah.
Definitely, text and call and all that, and maybe not call, but text.
Right. I'm terrible at it. Like, I'm awful at keeping in touch. Like, I have a brother. Two of my brothers are in New Orleans still, and my sisters are all out there. And if it wasn't for one of the brothers, I don't know how much we would talk, because
man,
he keeps everybody kind of connected. You know what I'm saying? Like, he reaches out, he makes sure everybody's in touch and in tune. I just not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my family here just isn't, or they hadn't been that close. They're trying to get closer now. Right. But I just never saw a need for it. So I never, like, when I was in college, I didn't call my mom or my dad. Like, I was just gone. You know what I'm saying? So I received that, and I know that's something I need to work on too, because I've had even friends. I'm sorry, Mary. I've had friends out here that are good friends of mine that I just didn't hang out with, because I was like, that's far. Like, I don't.
And it's never like you think of like being beefed out with anybody or having an issue. It's like when I get around, I'm like, yeah, it's all good and I'm cool, but I am very much a loner, so it's kind of.
I'm a fucking weirdo, because I'll think of somebody and I'll just text them, like, just to see how they doing, because I just want to make sure they good.
Right? I don't know. I felt like I think of somebody, like, check their Instagram or something, like, they ain't dead, so they cool. They'll be all right.
They posted 2 weeks ago. It's all good. It's all good. That's all I need to see.
Like, let me like a couple of pictures. That's that's my reaching out right there. So I liked your picture. You mean I never talked to you?
It's funny too, man, because going back to homecoming, you see people and you start talking to them about what they posted on Instagram. I don't know if y'all did that, but I was like, oh yeah, I saw you was doing such and such.
Right.
You know,
I find this weird because it's like, I don't want to talk about it because it's like, I want to seem like I'm creeping at you. But it's like like half of people's lives just from following on Instagram. Then you talk to them like, hey, so what's going on?
Yeah.
like I know you got this business thing. Yeah.
New job.
So you posted about your grandmama and all that. Like, so
Yeah, man, it's interesting the way that social media works, the way, because that's really how people keep in touch now. Like I keep in touch about, oh, okay, they look, oh, their son is getting big. But I don't write no comment.
Right.
Okay, that was nice, and I keep it pushing.
That reach out is important though, because just like you be going through it, everybody's going through some shit, and you never know that one time you hit somebody up, they may really appreciate that shit. Yeah. It's been a lot of motherfuckers that I've hit up, and they be like, damn, like I really needed this.
Yeah,
you know, and I be needing that shit too.
Right. No, straight up, you really do, man. Because I've definitely run into that a few times. I've even gotten to the point where I was like, I'm tired of reaching out to people because nobody reached out to me. And but it was like, well, that's who you are. Like you know, do that. You know, for that particular person. Like I don't do it with everybody, but certain people, I'll definitely hit up because I've known them for over 20 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. When I start to think like that, it's like, damn, I've known that for a long. Like,
yeah,
we still cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't talk, but when we do talk, it feels right.
Right,
you know
right.
And those relationships are always important to go
and
back to.
This the thing. Just like you go through shit, everybody else going through some shit too. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, somebody may not be thinking to hit you up because they in their own head about whatever the fuck they got going on.
Yeah.
You know, I talk to Alex, my friend Alex. I talk to her maybe once a year, something like that. But when we do talk, it's like never miss a beat. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you know, I remember when I was young, I used to want the relationships with people to be like, man, like this relationship ain't how it used to be. And it's like, you grow, man. People grow. Yeah. And that shit is good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's good that you in a place where we don't have to depend on each other so much. We still could just link up when we do. But you got your life, I got my life, and we just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good, man, to a lot. And you know, relationships should change and grow over time. You know, you can't be the same person you were like in college and high school. So that relationship can't be the same as it was back then. So I think that's part of the reason why I am a loner a little bit, because it's like if I don't talk to nobody, you know, you can't have a problem with somebody that you know not interacting with. So it just kind of makes life a little bit simpler in that shit. Like I be seeing people, oh man, my family is hating on me, and your friends are your enemies will support you more than your friends. Not that like, who y'all kicking with like that? Like I don't be having none of these problems. Like, oh, I don't interact with people, so of course
I think motherfuckers just be looking for the drama though. Like a lot of times, and I think that's why I limit how much I get on Facebook. That's what I really appreciate about Instagram is you could filter what you want to see, what you don't want to see. Right. So you could choose what you want to follow. But on Facebook, man, you get on Facebook.
I don't necessarily want to see your stories all the time. So you just reposting memes and shit.
Right. Yeah. You get on Facebook, motherfuckers complaining.
Yeah, bro.
Somebody always got an issue, and it's like, why am I subjecting myself to this shit?
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely a different game. I was even, I'm interested in. I was talking to my boy about just the whole trying to date now.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying, dating on social media, dating, getting to know people. Like it's just, I got married before that was like really introduced. And I'm interested to see. I wonder if it's gonna be different, like even for you in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like going out there versus here. I feel like there's a certain type, and people like really sell themselves out here. And it's like that's not really who you are. You know what I'm saying? But in New York, I don't know if the vibe is different. It feels different. Yeah, but I just wonder how that's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I would say the couple of times I have been in New York so far, there is still that. I want to say that LA isn't like a real city, but I feel like people come to LA to do something. Like you come to LA to make it in whatever perspective field you come out here for. Yeah. And New York, in my experience, the very limited experience I've had so far, it does feel just like it's a city where people they're just there because they're there. Not that that's a bad thing or anything, but it's like, I don't know, I just grew up here, and so I didn't necessarily move. And I know that that's here too, but on some level, I feel like a lot of people that come here for that reason. And I mean, not to say New York. I mean, New York is expensive and LA is expensive, but for here, it seems like you just gotta be doing something. You gotta,
most people come here to take something.
Yeah, I guess so that.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it. But yeah, man, I'm excited for you.
Right.
I wish you all the best of luck, man. I hope and pray that everything is just successful for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To take the good with the bad and to just keep pressing and keep pushing. Like, that's something that Mike and I have been talking about a lot as far as just doing, and whatever happens, let whatever happen, and not even thinking too much about it.
Yeah.
So if I could say anything before you go, it'd be for you to do that. Like, just it's a brand new situation, it's a brand new environment, and just accept the cards as they lay, and until you get the hand you need.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
And play that mug. So, but congratulations, bro. Like, real talk.
Thank you.
I look forward to hearing from you, or just seeing you on social media. But I think it's cool, man. New York is a cool city. It gives me an excuse to tell Karen I'm coming to New York.
I feel like I got to get out there now, man. Like and not to live, but just to go visit. Like I kept saying I was gonna go visit, and I was like, fuck, Byron out there, Crenshaw out there, and I have to go out there. So
yeah, man. Definitely.
Have you
been out there before?
Nah.
Yeah.
After I seen corrupting them kicking over buildings, I just never had the desire to go to New York. So when you get out there, you got to kick over a couple of buildings.
Right. That's
Instagram kicking over trash cans. Being a full flannel with some Stacey Adams.
That's hilarious. Yeah, man. But anything else y'all want to get off before we get up out of here?
I think that's it, man. I know you're gonna be successful out there. Don't be afraid to fuck up, because you may see it as a fuck up, but somebody else may see it as a fucking as a win. You know what I mean? Right. So just go for whatever you want to go for, and you got it.
No doubt. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Where can people find you at, man? Just
what is my Instagram? Crenshaw_Rashad. Yeah, that's it for now. It may change, but follow that one for now.
And where can they find your going away sale? I know you got some products that you're trying to get off of.
I don't know. Most of this will just probably end up in the Goodwill. Like, it's too hard trying to sell. I'm lazy when it comes to selling stuff. Maybe I'll post it on Facebook or something. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. But look for your check around the Inglewood Goodwill to try to find some good stuff in a couple days. So yeah, man,
that's what's up. And where can the folks find you at, Brother Mike?
You can find me at Just Mike Brown on all social media. You can find me at @just_Mike Brown on Twitter. Primo Miguel for all music and art endeavors. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on Alpha Presents, ALFPHA_presents on all social media. You can find the podcast, The Art of Letting Go, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Apple Music. That's the same thing. Google Play and YouTube. So yeah, man, it's good to see you before you go, bro. I don't know if I was gonna have a chance to see you before you left. So this might be my opportunity, man. So I'm gonna have you on camera.
just for consent purposes.
Right. Just so you know. Right. Nah, man, but that's all we got, man.
All right, this is Mike Brown.
This is Alpha
Crenshaw.
And this is The Art of Letting Go.
Letting go. Letting go. Peace.